everybody. I'm Hong Kian. By now, I hope you all will be very eager to participate in green open access and to find out how Scholarbank can help you do that. What is Scholarbank? It is NUS institutional repository. It collects, stores, and preserves NUS scholarly publication. It supports open access to scholarly communication and facilitates knowledge sharing, dissemination, and access among NUS, the global community, and future generations for the creation of new knowledge. Scholarbank provides a stable and secure environment for storage and retrieval. As you can see from Shuan's section, some other repositories may not. Right? And what does Scholarbank contain? It contains theses, Yoxuto, Conservatory of Music, audiovisual recordings, patents, and staff publications, including journal articles and conferences. It allows control over who has access to a work. It can be open access to the world or restricted to NUS staff and students. Okay. Scholarbank has global reach. This slide shows it. Ranked by the number of page views for 1 year period, April 2013 to March 2014, the top 10 countries are from 4 continents, and they contributed 74% of the 1.2 million page views. Okay, so what is the process for uploading, that is depositing your works? Okay. First, we must review, or you must review the archival policy for your work. Then you search in Scholarbank to see whether the work is listed. The reason why we do it is because we have this Scholarbank metadata team that imports bibliographic data of staff publications into Scholarbank. Okay. And if the work is listed in Scholarbank, you just need to upload the file, the allowed version. Okay. If it is not listed in Scholarbank, you can simply email us your work, and we will do the necessary to upload. Okay. The first portion right now, we'll cover the first portion, reviewing the archiving policy for your work. Right? Generally, why do we need to review? Basically, is we want to make sure we are doing things legally. Okay, we are not infringing any copyright. And generally, there are 3 versions from a publication cycle that may be allowed for a deposit. Right? There's the preprint, postprint, and the published version. Okay, what is the preprint version? It is the version that is submitted to the publisher, the version that you first send off to the publisher before peer review. Okay, this is an example. What about the postprint? The postprint is also known as the accepted author manuscript. It is the version after the peer review process, and it will incorporate the author-made changes suggested through the peer review and by the editor. So this is an example. The red one is the author incorporated changes after the peer review process. So this is the postprint version. Then there's the published version, which is the version as published. And we often see this because NUS subscribes to the online articles. Yeah. So this is an example with permission from Prof. Clancy. Right? Okay. Just now there was a question of how do we check the policy, right? And whether we can put it on author's websites, your website. Right? So for articles, if your work is an article, you can check Sherpa Romeo website, as Shuan mentioned. Okay, at this website, you can simply search the journal title or the ISSN, which is the International Standard Serial Number, or by publisher. Okay, and you can also use the advanced search feature. Okay. Shopper Romeo uses 4 colors to indicate the default, to highlight the default archiving policies of publishers. Right? Green, blue, yellow, and white. And you can, using the advanced search feature, you can search for a list of publishers with a specific type of default publishing and archiving policy. Okay, publication archiving policy.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So will the journals make it transparent which policy they follow?
Yes. So what versions can you deposit in Scholarbank for the various policies? Okay, this is an example. First, the green policy. Okay. The publisher is Cambridge University Press. Okay, and this journal is Journal of Southeast Asian Studies. It is a journal with a green archiving policy, which means that we can deposit the author preprint edition, or rather the preprint edition, as well as the post-print, right? And for the published version, it is subject to certain conditions. We want to highlight this. For institutional repository, we can have it there only after 12 months for public use. Okay. Just now, a friend in our audience asked whether the PDFs in the list of authors' publications are related to this. I would think yes, because if you see the first sentence, authors preprint and authors postprint can be deposited on the author's personal website. So for this particular journal, so it's important that you check the policy.
So now the question is, are these journal-specific restrictions or are these press-specific restrictions?
Okay, the colors, it is in essence journal-specific. So we suggest you should be checking for the journal. Okay, but in fact, we suggest that you check the policy for the journal or the publisher even before you submit the articles, so that you know you can make an informed choice as regard whether you can upload it before and after publication, and if necessary, submit the Spark addendum or similar addendums to retain certain part of the certain part of your author rights. Yeah, when you sign the copyright transfer agreement.
Okay, if you look at that, I mean that just before your highlighted arrow, it says that publisher's version may be used on author's personal or departmental website anytime after publication.
Yes, so for
it's not
this
even subjected for embargoing. And
yeah, so for author's website, for this particular one, it is not. There's no embargo. Yeah, so if you wish to do that, you can.
So you can do that one, which you want to put your preprint and post-print as well. So
That's correct. We encourage you to retain rights to deposit the publisher's version if you can. Then failing that, if can't, if we put if we have the post-print, and worst come to the worst, the preprint.
But then you can get into Scholarbank only after 12 months.
Yes. However, you can deposit with us as soon as your paper is accepted for publication, because later you'll see there'll be the embargo feature. It's a system built in. Yeah. So next, the blue policy. The blue policy allows us, if you can see, to deposit the post-print, okay, by default. Okay, and as pointed out, you need to check the specific journal. All right. So for this example, the publisher is University of London School of Oriental and African Studies, Center of Business Studies, and the journal is this. So it is journal specific in that sense. Especially, publishers may adopt a default policy. However, for specific journals, there might be variations, additional conditions. And this is especially so, we notice, for journals that are published in association with institutions and associations. Yeah. Next is the yellow policy. The yellow policy by default allows archiving of the preprint. All right. And last is the white policy, for which archiving is not formally supported. But then again, for specific journals like this one, Teaching Geography, published by Geographical Association, it allows deposit of author's preprint after a 12-month embargo. Okay? This is by default. Okay? We hope you would, before you submit your publication, use the SPARC addendum, or rather before you sign the copyright transfer agreement. Okay, so this slide shows examples of journals that our faculty members have published in or may publish in. Okay, first one, International Economic Review, is published by Wiley, and the default policy is generally yellow, which means it allows preprint. Okay, and post-print only with 2 months a 2-year embargo for social sciences and humanities journals. We notice for the life sciences, the embargo period is usually less compared to the sciences. Yeah. Right. The next one, International Journal of Urban and Regional Research, again published by Wiley with a yellow archiving policy. International Political Science Review, published by SAGE with a green policy. Right. And International Sociology by SAGE, and Journal of Asian Studies by Cambridge University Press. Later we'll use this as an example for demonstration. So green allows us to deposit the preprint, post-print, and the publisher version after 12 months. Okay, more examples, and in particular, it shows this journal, Sociology of Education, although it's published by SAGE in association with, because it's the co-publisher is American Sociology Association. By default, although SAGE has a, just now we saw the green policy, right? For this one, Sociology of Education, it has a white policy, all right? And so it allows, in this case, it allows post-print only after 12-month embargo. And it also requires a statement to accompany the deposit. Right? Okay. Next, I've covered articles and journals. What if your work is a conference paper or book chapters? So generally, before we deposit in Scholarbank, you need to check the copyright transfer agreement, because the Sherpa Romeo website is mainly for journal articles, journals. And if you haven't signed any copyright transfer agreement, the copyright remains with you. Okay? So, yeah. And after checking the policy to see what you can upload in Scholarbank, get the versions ready, okay? And name the files according to the recommended convention. We recommend this convention to facilitate people who wants to access the file to know which version it is. Okay, so the convention is the year in 4-digit, right? Followed by a hyphen, followed by first 5 keywords of the title, connected together with underscore, and then hyphen with the version, right? Post-print, or preprint or published version, okay, and the PDF, the format of the file. Okay, we are going to do a demo, and this is the example that we are going to use. It is from it's Prof. Clancy's article from the Journal of Asian Studies, and it is published by Cambridge University Press with this type of archiving policy. All right, author can, it's basically green. Okay. And the published version is allowed to be deposited after 12-month embargo. All right. So now we have the versions ready. What do? We'll cover the uploading. Right. And this is the example. Iftika will help me with the demo. Okay. First, we search in Scholarbank, right? to see whether with the metadata, the bibliographic information for the article. So we are going to the portal, the library portal. Okay, and Scholarbank is at the bottom. You can access it from there. And you read the declaration and you accept it. Basically, it tells you the proper use of the website. Okay, we can search by title of the article in quotation, right? And actually the declaration is basically for you to declare that you are the author of the work. You know, you have to write, or the work allows, the publisher allows the copy, the version that you are uploading to be uploaded. Right, so the bibliographic data is in, so you can click on the hyperlink there, and you click on, you can see that there is no file now, just bibliographic data. There are no files, there is no preprint, nor post-print, nor published version. So what we can do is click on the file upload. Okay, then you log in with your NUS network ID and password. Okay, the declaration has the same terms, essentially. Yeah. And this one will tell you to get the files ready, and then if you had signed, if you have any author addendums, to include them to support the deposit. Yeah, the right to deposit. So, okay, next then we come to this screen. Okay, you can delegate this uploading process to your support staff if you wish. They can simply click on behalf button, right? Yeah. If you were depositing it yourself, then of course you don't need to click that. Then you browse and look for the file that you want to upload, the allowed file, the allowed version. Then declare that you have obtained the copyright to upload. Right? And you select the access type, whether it's open or restricted. That means open to the world or restricted to NUS community, staff and students. And the file version. Okay, so in this case, it's published version that we are uploading, because Cambridge University Press has a 12-month embargo for published versions to be uploaded to institutional repository like Scholarbank. And Prof. Clancy's article that we are showing was published in May 2012. So the embargo has been lifted. So you don't need to tick the embargo, the box here. Right? If there's an embargo, you just tick here and then fill in the date where it can be accessed. So if it was March 27, the paper was published in March 27, 2014, then the embargo date will be March 27, 2015 for a 12-month embargo article, right, or work.
So in other words, I can upload my PDF today, and then on the date of the embargo being lifted, it will automatically come on.
Yes. That is why we encourage you to deposit as soon as your paper is accepted, because from experience, right, I know, and I believe you all know, it's very difficult to find old emails and the versions that that had before with us, the preprint or the post-print. Yeah. So do deposit as soon as you can. Yeah. Okay. Then you click on submit. Okay. Then yes. So this screen shows you, it will indicate the files that you have submitted. Okay, files here. Right, so after you've submitted, as Shuwan mentioned, we have a team to look through, and then once everything is okay, it will go into the Scholarbank to be accessible by the public or the NUS community, whichever you have chosen. Right, so fast forward 3 weeks, okay, we will see Prof. Clancy's article. so once it is accessible, this is what you will see. If you do a search for your paper by article, by the title of the work, you will see files in this, for this citation here. All right, and for the public, they will know which one because of the indication here that it is a published version. So you can either click on this link or that link to access the full text, and likewise the public can do that. Okay. So this is the published version.
And once it's up there, if you do a Google Scholar search, this article will appear. Download.
Yes, essentially, yes. The details, I will leave it to Aaron to elaborate. Okay.
Then can I ask a question
Yes.
about the naming system?
Mm.
So you've got year and you've got the title, but no author.
No. Yes.
So, but then I guess the system allows, so if instead of searching for title, you search for Greg's name, this article will appear.
Oh, yes, yes. Maybe for the Google, for Scholarbank, you can search in several ways. Yes, and we also have the advanced search features, which is like a form search. Yeah, you can specify, yes.
What if it's multi-author?
Okay, for multi-author, even before you submit, right, the declaration also states that you need to, all the authors must be original authors, and all the authors have the right to submit and are willing to submit.
The filing itself, how do you
Oh,
ensure
okay.
all the authors' name will appear instead of one?
Oh, okay, we can click at the full, maybe show the full record. Okay. Okay, the metadata would show, if there were multiple authors, it will show in the author field here. And in fact, we link authors' name to author IDs to facilitate retrieval. Yeah, by authors, for works that are linked to the author ID, you can click on one. Probably, maybe we can show, or rather, we can search by author. Then, because we imported a lot of citations from Scopus, the publications may have different forms for the author's name. For them, our colleagues will tie them with specific IDs, and in the browse list, once the retrieved results will be linked by the author's number. So if we click on one entry or one version, the list of publications will come up. Yes.
And I noticed at the point of filing in the entry, you only have got the self-declaration whether we have cleared the copyright policy. There's no submission of proof that we've sort of cleared.
Oh,
So that
sorry.
is a bit uncertain.
Okay, maybe
And
I
whether
thought.
on your part, you talk about your part, take some time to screen the entry, right? So what kind of legal responsibility are you taking on to do the sort of checking if on our side is not thorough enough?
Okay, what we do is for checking, right? So far we've been corresponding with authors who submit when they're not clear. Yeah. And if you're not clear, like for instance, a colleague has been writing to various publishers to clarify if the Chopin Romeo is not clear enough. Yeah. Basically that. And so it will involve a lot of, I guess, responsibility is co-owned, I guess, between authors, between yourself, ourselves, and NUS as a whole. So we will do our best to check, and that will involve a lot of corresponding with you as well to see whether you've got the copyright, you've signed or how you've signed away of rights, etc. Yeah. Having said this, perhaps I forgot to mention. I will come back to the screen again. In the upload screen, right, in the actual Scholarbank, there is this portion where you can attach the author addendums or agreements that let you deposit. All right, so to summarize, one question is multiple authors, yes, they've been listed. The file convention is a suggested convention by us, but if you have suggestions on how we should be naming it, do let us know. Yeah.
Is it possible for you to show us, as a user, so can you go back to the earlier screen?
Yeah.
The one that we were just looking at. Is it possible for you to show us the view from someone like Greg Clancy when he goes in and he sees submit or view works or view my files?
Yes. If you do that, that means you enter. Yeah. So actually, this is one way you can click on just now if you clicked on this submit and view works, right? So it'll be here, my files. Okay. You could also, does that answer your question? Yeah.
So because the library has been busy importing stuff from Scopus, there are many of us who already have our works in there, just that we haven't parsed the full files, right?
Okay. This portion only shows you what you've uploaded or submitted, the what bibliographic data you've submitted yourself, direct submission or put up by us. It doesn't show works that you've done. What you've done is you need to do a search for, here. Okay, you can click on, for instance, Prof. Clancy's work, yeah. This is one way, if he knows the title, or we can go by advanced search here. Okay, and it is a form search, So you can click on fields and search by author. For instance, you can go by author, and Clancy, G. Or we can maybe use Prof. Brenda Yo's articles, search. Is Prof. Yo around? Okay. I think it's YEOH, right? And then comma G. B, sorry. Yeah. So these are the articles. Okay.
And these were all done by the library.
We imported from Scopus, yes. To show you maybe more features of Scholarbank, let us go up. And we can click, by default, okay, Scholarbank, when it opens up, actually it shows all these communities of works, collections of works, all right? And you can see faculty of FASS. You can click on FASS. Currently, there are 2,800 plus works, right? And they are mostly, except for a handful, just the metadata, right? So if you have the pre-print version, post-print version, please send it to us. Then we can check. You can do a quick check of the archiving policy first. This is to reduce the amount of communication that might arise when we are not clear between you and us. So you can check and quickly send it to us. Then we will upload once we've checked everything.
So can this be downloaded and printed or only read only?
Once we have uploaded, the article can be downloaded and printed. In fact, it is also in the declaration. But the fact that we have deposited with the permission, or you have deposited, you allow NUS to disseminate the work, right?
So we have the page view stats, but do you have the download stats? I guess I'm asking how many people from outside of Singapore actually download our articles?
Yeah, that one maybe I put it to Wei Chui, our IT expert for Scholarbank.
The Scholarbank system itself, we do have some usage statistics that we can do download, but at this point in time, it does not differentiate, or rather that when you log in, there's no feature at the moment that you can check how many people download your article. But we have a lot of enhancements that are coming along, so we evaluate that there's a need to do so. We could try to work that feature into to the Scholarbank. Now what we have is the overall view. That means all the usage statistics in the whole of Scholarbank.
I suppose it's a question about differentiation. So the usage statistics, whether it's a heat view or it's a kind of downloading, is it?
Yes, that one, at this point in time, the Scholarbank do have all these stats, but it does not differentiate into per author basis. It's an overall view of everything that you can see here in the system.
Same for your page now, see on the previous page as well. What you have is actually the statistics, the square bracket is essentially just a metadata,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So why can't you do a kind of another bracket where you indicate the actual depository of the article? Because these are just library entries, that's about all, right? Like you scan and then from all the mega database. But how many are actually registered, for example, in FASS that actually has got the article, either post, print or PDF, mounted on your website at the moment? Would we be able to differentiate?
Yeah, the back end we can turn this stats.
Yeah.
So maybe we can take all this feedback and consider for future enhancements and when funds are available. Yeah, because
Just one feedback as you move ahead. I don't know, one of my co-authors actually put our article in one other site, and this site is, I think, is a bit invasive because I get an email from them saying Lim San San has seen my article. I don't need to know that.
It's good though.
It's good.
Suppose Manuel Castells has seen your article, then
It establishes a patron-client relationship.
Then I write to Manuel and say, hey, what do you think?
Yeah.
You know, I think there are some things that you should think about when you move further ahead and think about
This
that.
feature is some sites offer this feature. For example, Academia EDU. Actually, you can mark that to tell you who has seen
who has downloaded your
Yeah.
Yes.
The question I have for you is, do you want that feature?
Oh, of course we will not be. Right now, we're not making any decisions yet, but we could consider it along when we consider enhancements.
thank you for your feedback. Yes.
One last question. Do you support languages other than English?
Yes. Yes. We are Unicode based, so we do have Chinese articles inside, and of course Japanese articles.
Any more questions before we move? Yeah.
Just one question. So supposing our staff member has published in a journal and they've had a 2-year, say, embargo on it, and after the 2 years is over, will Scholarbank automatically import that article or not? Only with the permission of the author will they do it, is it? Or in other words, is it the author who has to be proactive in making that effort?
Yes, that is what we would encourage you, and the session is for you all to upload. Yeah.
But you won't be doing it.
For the start, we will be accepting files that you send us. Yes, we will do it. Yeah. So that's the reason for you to send us the files now. Yeah.
One question. If I'm working with a co-author who's in another institution, so now that institution might have that particular repository as well, and so then there's something else here at NUS. When Google Scholar does a search, what's the pecking order that comes up?
I will have to refer your questions to Aaron. Aaron, do you want to take it now or later?
I'll take it.
Okay, Aaron will answer that question later. All right. Our local Google expert. Okay, so we have finished with uploading of files when the bibliographic information, the metadata, is in Scholarbank. So what if the metadata is not in Scholarbank? Right? Essentially, we request you to email us your works, and we will do the necessary checking with you, with the publisher if necessary. All right? And we request, to cut short the communication and the number of emails that go to and fro. to indicate for us whether, you know, it is a conference paper if it is not clear in the file or article. And also for you to please name the files according to the file convention, recommended file convention. And for pre-print and post-print, please send all in one file. Right. And yes, for conference papers and book chapters, please tell us whether you've signed any copyright transfer agreement. Yeah, because if you haven't, we can upload it easily because the assumption is you have the right and yeah, the copyright. And if yes, please include a copy of the agreement.
Is this a request or a condition?
It's a request to help you disseminate your work to a wider global community.
Because
Yeah.
I reckon that many of us would not have the copy of the agreement handy, but we would have the publication quite handy.
Yes, that's understandable. Yeah, if you don't have, then we'll see what we can do, and if necessary, we check. Yeah.
At the moment, in terms of depositing the work, I noticed that got various options. You can have Word file, you can have PDF,
Yes.
etc. Right?
Yes.
And so, but when actually people get to the website to download it, sometimes there's a major difference in terms of whether allowing the person to edit the work or to copy and cut and paste. So sometimes, is there a sort of preference for a PDF or Word file? And does it also allow encryption of a password into the PDF file so that people who get access cannot actually do cut and paste? They can just do print loading, downloading, and reading and printing.
For the encryption part, maybe Rachel can answer that.
So that actually the encryption is more a passwording of your PDF file because you do not allow people to save or download. That one is actually within the file, so you can still do it. And when we upload the PDF, then it will be just effective for your particular file. So I think we have no problem with that. As for Word document and all those, we actually encourage PDFs and in a certain extent security on PDF so that you can protect your own document. So we try not to upload Word files.
So although the Scholarbank allows you to submit to us Office, OpenOffice, Word or PDF, generally when it comes to us, right, the Scholarbank team, we will convert it to PDF in a way to do what we can to discourage amendments, right? But the Scholarbank supports Green OA, so we would want users to access it, download it, all in a hope that it increases the visibility of your work and possible citations.
So how can we connect that to our own websites?
Okay.
So can we, once we've done that, then that means that we can also go and just upload our own PDFs on our own website, or can we link it?
Okay, that one, I think if you're talking about your personal website, right, I think it's safer not to make the direct assumption. It is better to check specifically for that. Like the article for Sherpa Romeo, they will indicate you can upload to your own website immediately after it is published, for certain journals. So I would say to be on the safe side.
So we can't automatically connect between NUS's Scholarbank to our own website?
Oh, you mean put a link? Yes.
On our website.
On your website, no
Yeah.
problem. Because in fact, after the work goes out into Scholarbank, after we've done the necessary, you will get an email to give you the permanent URL.
This is only if you have, well, okay, so if it's outside universities, public or NUS staff, you've got those restrictions, right? So if it's restricted to NUS, then people outside won't be able to.
Yes,
And
that's
they
right.
won't work.
Yes.
You can still provide a link to, publicly, but when if it's restricted, that means they will prompt you for logging or something.
Any more questions? Now we'll move on. So hopefully now you're persuaded to deposit your works in Scholarbank. Okay. To share more incentives for depositing, we have future enhancements in the plans, like setting up author profiles, on the fly generation of the citation page. This would be useful useful, like for all the versions that we upload. Statistical reporting and listing. Okay, you can get the number of citations to your works. Yeah. And yes, now we are accepting the PDF, so just email us, we'll do the work. And yes, it's all for wider audience for your work to increase the visibility and citations. And Scholarbank provides a secure and stable storage environment and retrieval. Yeah. As shown by Shuwen, some of the other subject repositories may not be so stable. Right? And to share, we are collaborating with FASS. Thank you for the support to harvest publications from the Singapore Research Nexus. Right. So, any more questions? We have come to our end of my session. So if you have any questions, you can ask now. And if you have more questions after the session, you can email us. Okay, these are the email addresses for copyright matters, for bibliometrics, okay, citations, and Scholarbank, and for any queries in general relating.
What are some of the more common problems that you have faced when it comes to this? Can you give us a sense?
Common problems?
Not technical problems, but maybe copyright issues,
okay.
Things like that.
Okay, we know, common problems is basically clarifying, is the amount of email and publishers not responding so quickly. Yeah, for instance, we have some documents, files from the history department. And it is like we had to write, and colleagues had to wait and chase publisher for a response to it.
You've never encountered a problem of taking it down from a publisher?
No. So far, we haven't got a lot of full text. Yeah. Right. It's the the A-Star that has mandated repositing. So we have more of full text for that community. Right. But in general, we have more metadata than full text now.
In the set of examples that you showed, journals and publishers, I didn't notice anything from Elsevier in there.
Oh, okay. We can go and check.
Where is Elsevier?
Right.
Probably very, very wide.
We can go to Shabon Romeo and check out Elsevier's report policy. Okay, we can we can search by publisher.
Oh, there's green also.
See, most of the time it's green, sometimes it's blue. And Elsevier is a big publisher, so it's necessary that we check the specific journal.
So in this case, at the moment you've got a big difference between metadata and the actual material text that's being deposited, right? But for the way to move forward for NUS Scholar Bank, would be that why don't you just do the part on behalf of your academic staff? So means the moment you got green things listed and you already retrieve the metadata of who has written what, right? So couldn't you all take initiative on behalf of the writers at the university level to write in, or even need not to write in because it's already green, and straight away put the article, the PDF file, scan it, and then mark it up automatically without any request? That would really be a big jump ahead, isn't it?
Okay. We recently had a meeting with Elsevier, and this person who came was actually to do with publishing, and we asked him. He says that when an author actually publishes, there will be a lot of correspondence plus a final one where they will deposit their just post-print, okay, into the author's own account in Elsevier, and they'll keep it there for a period of 18 months. So we asked them, why don't you give us access to that and we pull everything out? Now, he said that has to do with the privacy of the author. We cannot do that unless they get permission from the researcher to allow them to pull that content out and give it to us to load it to Scholarbank.
It's not difficult.
Okay.
NUS has got various regulations.
Okay,
on us.
what-
So NUS can send out a mass circular to all NUS staff
Okay.
that you either opt in or you opt out right at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, what we can do is, we can get some of this feedback from the researchers, and then we will take it and see how we can work it out with the publishers at this end. I understand, we want to make it easy for everyone, and the publisher is willing to work with us. The problem is to do with the agreement with the individual researchers. Okay, great, we will take that back to Elsevier and see how we can work that in.
And Prof mentioned NUS, I guess you're referring to mandates and policies or, if you can see from Sherpa Romeo, we can see sometimes they said that if an institution mandates deposits, the publisher can also do that for the authors. So yes, it is a big way to support and push the OA. We'll see how it goes.
Okay,
So-
very much. Okay, maybe if we have any more questions, and maybe in the meantime during the tea we can pull out some of the examples. So let's have tea. So Rachel, we ready for tea? Okay.
Please help yourself. We have apples, chocolate chip cookies, tea, coffee, rice crackers.
Then after that we'll come back for this.